The rundown, June 1st. Portnoy is at the Mets game, I believe. That seems a little backwards. Today's show is brought to you by the Crowds Line. The Crowds Line basically crowdsources data and info on sports betting lines that Vegas might not have. They can predict scores. You can win prizes. So the game that we got going right now, in the widget right below this on the blog, you predict the score of the game one on the finals Thursday night, and you can win a $250 grand prize. It's as simple as that. Your boy K. Marco came scary close to winning. It was either game 6 or game 7 last time this was sponsored. He missed by like a couple points. So all you got to do is just guess the final score, and you can win $250. So go check it out at the Crowds Line. We got Feidelberg and Big Cat back from Grit Week.
Yo, Keith is so good at all that shit. It fucking pisses me off, and he won't gamble. It makes me so mad.
He won steady money on daily fantasy all the time. I was like, you need to up your ante here, dude. Actually start betting and be fucking rich.
Right. Or figure out a way for me to do it. Like, give me the picks so I can actually win a bet once.
We begin today with Harbaugh versus Saban, the grudge match feud the world wants and needs. It basically comes from the satellite camps issue. Saban does not like the satellite camps. Harbaugh does. Saban's been chirping about it. And then Big Cat, your boy Harbaugh, took to Twitter, broke the Twitter fingers out with a super passive-aggressive tweet with the amazing, in quotes, talking shit on Saban. It's game on now. I think this rivalry is officially like on. So what do you got on your boy Harbaugh versus Saban?
Well, I mean, no shit. Like, Harbaugh loves the satellite camps and Saban doesn't, because Harbaugh can basically go to the South and get all the good recruits because no one good plays in the North anymore. Harbaugh's making a mistake, though, because Saban he's a mean motherfucker. He'll kill a guy to get his point across, and he's making a mistake because now Harbaugh's focusing on Saban, and that fucking snake in the grass, Urban Meyer, is probably up to something. So, I'm not a Michigan guy. I hate Michigan. I do love Jim Harbaugh. I'm worried for his health on this one.
Fights?
I don't like how Harbaugh did. He basically had a girlfriend fight where Saban talked for 5 minutes and brought up some fair points. I like satellite camps. I think they serve a purpose. But he brought up some fair points, and Harbaugh just took like that one word like a girlfriend does. Like, oh, amazing. It's amazing to you, is it? Like how she'll crazy? Did you just call me crazy? Like, I had a lot of different other points in that whole discussion. You don't have to focus on that one word. But I love the two Titans going head to head. That's so good for college football. It makes it so much more exciting.
I agree with that, but I think Dan's correct that Urban, like, you can't fight a war on this many fronts. There's too many big dogs where it's like everybody should just stay in their lane, because if you start ignoring one or the other, they're going to sneak through. It's got to be like stick to what you got going.
Urban's up to something, and it's probably going to end up with a fake heart attack just to get out of sanctions, but he's up to something right now.
Next up, we got Neymar in the batting cages at Citi Field last night with an astounding display of unathleticism with a baseball bat in his hands. Not a good look for the soccer world. I don't expect a soccer player to be up there raking, but I mean, that dude looked like a handicapped person swinging a bat. What do you got on Neymar in the batting cages fights?
This is going to sound crazy, but a little part of me is almost happy that I'm me and he's him, because so much of what a man is comes from just, can you do the basic athletic things? Like, you're a world-class soccer player, but can you throw a baseball? Can you swing a bat? Can you throw a football? Like, can you look okay at a beach? That's all a man has to be able to do, and Neymar can't do it. Yes, he's rich. Yes, he has all these Brazilian girls probably in some harem for him, but there's a little part of him that can't go to a beach and just be like, oh, that guy's a good athlete. I can do that. I can go swing a baseball bat at a fucking beach.
What's even weirder than that? I mean, I'm not going to step in the batting cages right now and hit ropes all over the place. We all know that. But you can just mimic how it's supposed to look, kind of mimic how they swing a bat. I mean, he looks like he had never even seen baseball, touched a bat. Like, it looked like he was from outer space, like an alien. You just gave it to him and he didn't know what to do.
Don't they play like trash stickball? Like, they throw an empty can at each other and they hit it with a twig or something like that?
It's too far south. It's too far south.
That's
That's
Once you
far
get
south.
past that little strip in the middle of America and Southern America, they stop playing baseball.
They do. That's what they speak Portuguese.
Wherever Venezuela is like basically the little limit for baseball. Everything you just said, John, is why it pisses me off, because he is rich and he does get all the chicks, and I understand why he does, because soccer's the beautiful sport in the global game, but he's swinging a bat like that. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you got to give me something. You don't have to be great, Neymar. You can be like, I mean, we see this all the time. Basketball players throwing out the first pitch, they look ridiculous. When you see like hockey players try to play basketball, they look absurd. But none as bad as this. You have to have some level of athleticism that translates to every other game if you're going to be considered one of the world's best athletes. Speaking of the world's best stick man, Leo DiCaprio, supposedly. Anybody else, I don't know if I'd believe this, but I feel like with DiCaprio, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Once bet Tobey Maguire, who is a member of the Pussy Posse, which, that's ridiculous that Tobey Maguire's in the Pussy Posse. He doesn't deserve to be in there. Anyway, Leo bet Toby that he could fuck 6 Victoria's Secret models in one weekend at the Cannes Festival. Cannes, however you say it. Dan, what do you got?
Such a dickhead. I mean, come on. This is clearly a bet that you make knowing you can beat it and then tell everyone that you beat it. Like, Leo knows that he's going to do it. So he's like, oh, I bet you, watch me. I bet you I can do 100 push-ups. Watch me. I bet you I can fuck 6 unbelievably hot women. And then he goes and does it. He's like, told you. I mean, what a dickhead move.
You don't pick the number 6 without knowing that you can fuck 6 models.
You have those lined up. He had it lined up, so I'm calling bullshit on that.
The article also said, though, that he has threesomes and, like, group things planned out. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here. I guess it can kind of go one way or the other. If you can fuck 4 Victoria's Secret models at once, I mean, tip your cap. But at the same time, I feel like 6 individual ones over the course of a weekend is kind of a better accomplishment. I don't know. I guess either way, it's pretty fucking awesome to be Leo.
I don't know. Getting 4 to all, because these are the hottest women in the world. They don't have to prove anything. They don't have to go and be in an orgy, and you're convincing them to all fuck you at the same time. That's the monument. I mean, I'm angry, but I'm not angry. You know what I mean? Like, what can you say to Leo?
It's greatness.
He's a legend.
It's like, when you watch someone break a record, even if you're not a fan of that guy or that team, you just tip your cap.
Right.
Fights? What do you got on this bet?
It doesn't even make sense. It's exactly like a record, like you were just saying. Like it's like Cy Young or Joe DiMaggio, where it's like I didn't see it with my own eyes, and I can't even understand it. That doesn't make sense to me. Those numbers, 50 to 50. Is Joe in 56 or 52?
56.
56. 6 supermodels is crazier than that in 1 week.
It's better than Joe D's streak.
Weekend, right? Is it week?
Yeah, I think
it's a week, but I think so. I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure it's a week. They have a lot of movies they do there.
Here's what I'd like to see him do, though. I actually would like to see him do it somewhere other than Cannes, because Cons.
I think it's Cannes.
No one knows.
Yeah, no one knows.
Right,
This is we rename it. Can we call it like the French Movie Festival and just make it easy for the rest of the world?
But I feel like chicks go there just to get fucked. Do you know what I mean? They go to France. Chicks on a whole go to France to get fucked. So I want to see Leo do this in like Hoboken on a weekend. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? It would be easier.
I'm saying like take down like 6 supermodels in like a fucking Jersey Shore bar. Cons just have to walk in and they want to fuck.
The numbers just don't make sense. It's like someone being like, "Oh, go do 1,000,000 push-ups." Like, go fuck a 6 supermodels. It's not like a thing. It sounds like just a turn of phrase. It sounds like something that's impossible to do. I get because it's Leo, but it's still something. It's hard for me to wrap my head around. It's like learning about space. Like, I don't get it. What are you talking about? Those numbers don't make sense.
It's like time travel. I just can't wrap my head around how it works. That's
you can
Leo.
tell me about it. It's probably true. I'll believe you, but it doesn't register at all.
You know what I never understood about Leo is how he hasn't had a kid. I mean, he's obviously safe, but you don't think chicks are being
Deceitful?
Deceitful? No,
Deceitful.
I've screwed this up before. No, it's
Mischievous? With deceit?
I combined them. Yes, I combined them. I've done that before. I've done
You know
that
what? Like that word.
Deceivious.
When you're mischievous and deceitful,
Yeah.
you're
You don't think chicks are trying to be deceivious with him and like getting pregnant and shit?
I think they are, but I'm sure he's paying them off or something, right? I mean, if JJ Redick's gotten chicks signing contracts for that kind of stuff, Leo DiCaprio must too.
True. It's just fascinating because if you
Or-
think he's fucking 6 chicks on a weekend,
He
there's
might
got to
have
be a
done-
mistake. Yeah.
I bet you went and got his shit snipped.
Yeah.
Just
Froze
throw it
his sperm or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that would
what-
be the smart move.
Yep.
Switching gears here, we got this Airbnb. Some heavy racism here. Dude just flat out cancels this Airbnb reservation on a black woman with his reasoning flat out being, I hate N-words. Fights wanted this in because I feel like we're not quite sure on how Airbnb works here.
Well, at the end of KFC Radio, we just did it. Dan said he was getting one soon. And my blog on this was, why would you ever get an Airbnb? So I wanted to just have this one out in the air.
Well, if you're staying for more than like a night or two, it's nice to have a whole house and be able to, I've also done it with big groups. You do it with if you're planning last minute and there's no hotels like close by. Like I'll forget to get a hotel up in Madison for a weekend to go watch a football game, and all the hotels will be forever away, so you get an Airbnb. There's a bunch of different reasons.
I guess
It's
I
not bad.
understand it for function like that, but if I'm going on vacation, I don't want to stay in a fucking Airbnb.
Oh, if you're going on like a beach vacation, you absolutely stay in an Airbnb.
Why?
Because you have the whole house. Like if you can find a nice Airbnb, it's way better than a hotel.
Would you rent out your place though? That's what I think is really weird.
No, they're all
Right.
weirdos. No, listen.
So that's my thing. I think if you're weird enough that you would give up your house, there's a chance you might slaughter me in my sleep while I'm sleeping in your bed.
Well, it's pretty simple. Airbnbs, you can hit a home run with it, and it can be amazing. Hotels, you're going to hit a double every time. You know exactly what it is. Sometimes the Airbnbs, you'll strike out, and someone will just drop a bunch of N-bombs right in your face and tell you
See, that would ruin my...
That's kind of what you're going for. You're swinging for the fences. But if you can get a great Airbnb, it is so much better. You get a pool, jacuzzi. It's so much better than a hotel.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess if you're renting places like that. I'm just thinking, like, I want a bar. I want to not give a fuck if I ruin everything. I want a beach in the backyard. I want a bellboy. I want maids. That's what a vacation for me doesn't start until I hear that. You know how the electronic click kind of goes behind you in the hotel door? Like, that's when like a Pavlovian reaction goes off in my brain. And I'm like, okay, I can fuck everything now. I can get hammered. I'm officially on vacation. Like, that sound is what triggers me. So
I'm a
going
big fan
into
of hotel life. I like hotel life as well. I can see where you can get like a mansion, but hotel life, throw that robe on, get sexy with yourself.
Well, that's the other problem is hotel life. Whenever I stay at a hotel, I just don't leave the hotel. It's like, this is really nice. I just want to stay in the hotel.
It's pretty awesome if you ask me.
yeah, so you stay in a shitty place just to go out into this third world country.
No, I
or
mean,
something?
it's not a third world country. I'm assuming this person was staying in like a beach town in North
Oh
Carolina.
no! This story is like this isn't really what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about like a vacation with Airbnb.
I
This
wouldn't
story's
sleep on
bad.
Airbnbs. I wouldn't sleep on Airbnbs. I always take a peek when I'm going somewhere because if you can find a good one, it's way better than a hotel.
Moving on, we got ESPN running this piece on the Titans GM who says that he likes rap music and uses Jay-Z lyrics to sound more relatable to the black guys, which sounds like a fucking genius idea if you're asking me. I think this is foolproof. Dan, what do you got on this dude and his Jay-Z lyrics?
Yeah, this is the only thing that sucks here is that it got exposed, right?
Right. Now you're screwed. Now you can't do that ever again.
Right, because it's a really smart plan, and if you want to be like, if you're an old white guy who's walking around a NFL facility with a bunch of young black guys, you gotta get hip with it. You gotta get the Jay-Z lyrics popping.
This is such an old white guy move to think that Jay-Z, like talking Jay-Z to young NFL athletes is like the cool thing to do. Like to these guys, who the fuck is Jay? Like Jay-Z's like the billionaire
It's
married
not
to
about
Beyonce.
that. It's about showing that you're
No.
trying.
If you're
Yeah.
trying to like be cool with them, you want to use someone else. You want to use like Future or some shit like that.
I'd go
These
do-
guys are like,
I get what you're saying about staying relevant with the times, but everybody knows Jay-Z. Everybody, people are still listening to Reasonable Doubt. It's not like he's a nobody by now. He's still, the most famous rapper alive.
it's still super awkward when guys are trying to do this. You have to be good at it. I'd have to see him to see if I approve of this move or not. Because
Well, it's
there are some
down-
guys who can just be like hip and cool with the lines and whatnot. there are some guys like the three of us here who can't. Like, I couldn't pull it off just trying to be cool with a black dude.
But I think it'd be
No,
more
listen,
awkward.
none of these black dudes are like, oh shit, this guy knows
Right.
what's up. But they're like, he walks in and says, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. And they're just like, oh shit, this dude,
That's
like, it's
funny.
funny because the white guy is clowning around. It's like the same thing as the guys dabbing and doing all the other shit. It's not that they do it well and they can actually relate. It's just like, oh, look, he's acting like a goofball because he's white and trying to be black.
So we're laughing at you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the class clown. Laugh at me.
Right.
That's
he
not
knows
what you
he's
want in your. Who is this? The D coordinator? No, it's the GM. Is that
Yeah.
what you want in your GM? Just a clown to laugh at?
I want you to keep it loose so that way you can cut people when they're not expecting it. I want you to get them. If I'm the GM, I want everyone to get real comfortable around me so I can just start slicing throats.
And we wrap up today. Pour one out for the homie Vern, stepping down from SEC football on CBS. Not retiring altogether, but he is done with football, which I feel like is a big blow to the college football world. Dan, I feel like his voice is probably like synonymous with so many bad beats or big wins for you. I feel like you just lost a friend on this.
It's a tough one. It's also just that like late Saturday afternoon nap when you'll maybe lay down second quarter of the SEC game, wake up and it's halfway through the third. Vern's talking to you. It's definitely a piece of my life, a lot of people's lives. I hope Vern is happy with this. I hope it's not him getting pushed out. It probably is, right?
I would imagine.
It always hurts when this happens. I mean, I remember when Keith Jackson stepped down? He was the best for Pac-10 games. So it's always tough to lose guys like this.
Fights, what do you got on Vern?
I don't really care about commentators.
I knew you weren't gonna give a fuck about
I
this.
was trying to ease into that one. I dropped a fire take on the grid tour last week. I'm not ready to even unveil that one to the world.
Oh, do it. Come on.
Even Vin Scully does fucking nothing.
Dude, we all were like, what?
Yo, that's like, you can't say that. You can't do black.
I know.
You can't say anything bad about dogs, and you can't besmirch the good name of Vince Scully.
Well, it was because there were like 3 days in a row where it was like a viral story that Vin Scully talked about something, and I was like, you know what? I just like Vin Scully can't say anything. One was, how amazing is this? Vin Scully does the play-by-play of Brandon Phillips' son blowing him a kiss. All Vin Scully said was, and Brandon Phillips runs on the field, and his son stands up and blows him a kiss. Like, that was it. It wasn't a fucking play-by-play. He just said what happened, and people went nuts over it.
Hey,
I have nothing against the guy. It's just like, why is everything he does so incredible? Why is him reading the fucking Field of Dreams shit? Like everyone sit down, get out your fucking Kleenex. Vin Scully's talking.
I cried during that one. This is great though because I've been hating a lot recently. Kevin is a notorious hater, but hating Vin Scully takes the cake.
I don't hate Vin Scully. That's something that you're twisting my words. I hate how everything he does is a religious experience for everybody.
It's almost like Steph Curry. It's like the fatigue of the reaction to Vin. I can get that, but don't ever fucking keep his name out of your mouth, bro. Don't ever besmirch the good name of
Dude,
Vin.
give me the fucking. You can put on Vin Scully or Dennis Eckersley, and I'm taking fucking X. Give me the bro button. Bring back the bro board. Invent the bro button. That's what we need. Just
My
give
problem
me
with
fucking
Vern,
boys chirping.
the thing with Vern, it makes me sad because I realize we're getting old. Like when you see these guys getting forced out or stepping down, it's like all your
Berman.
Berman, Musburger getting forced out of the Rose Bowl. Vern with this. Vern was in goddamn Happy Gilmore, right? I mean, this is like a piece of our lives, and these guys are all going to be like dead soon. So are we. It's depressing.
Yeah, we're going to be in like a blink of an eye. We're going to be our dads. We're like talking about Howard Cosell and shit, and like we don't remember that guy. But that's going to be us in a minute.
Right.
It's sad to think about.
Trying to quote Jay-Z songs. Try to be cool. Yep. That's it for the topics. What do we got? We got anything for the after show here?
I still don't understand why Dave's at a Mets game.
I don't know either. How about this? Do you want to know how I know? I got a text from Darren from the 7 line being like, oh, I just met your boss. I was like, what? What is going on here? 7 line and Barstool.
Such a Darren, by the way. He's such a Darren.
Darren. Yeah, I don't know. Dave, best boss. Grind it out. Such a hard worker. Wednesday at the Mets game.
Content.
Content.